Kimbo, Natan and Zambi, Yamazulu, Betwabu, Benabetus, Betwabu. I trust that this message would meet you in the best of health, the best of strength spiritually and physically, also mentally, that you will be moving in your divine powers, your divine authority, because we are in a time and a season where we must operate in the fullness of who we are. We are in a time and a season where we can no longer sit on the sideline and wait for our oppressors to set us free. That is the psychosis that they would want us to continue to operate in. But before I go further, let me just send up a word of intercession. Tatan and Zambi, Sonini, Nanini, Kuswa, Congo, Gai, Muungu. I come in no strength of my own, but truly through your divine unction to come and deliver this word, to stir up in your people that which is already inside of them. Divine Creator, I come asking that Jamuwan and Semi will touch the hearts, the spirits of the Mwanda of your people, that they don't just hear or see me, but they hear the Mwanda and Semi through me. You are the potter and I'm the clay. I'm just a servant, the vessel that make myself available to be used by you to do, say whatever you would have me to say. So speak to our hearts today. Give us the divine revelation that we need that will catapult us into our divine destiny and our divine purpose, that we would not lose hope, lose faith, lose focus on that which we came into this earth realm, that which why we were awoken to the truth of who we are to fulfill. Strengthen us now on every side, that we would not be afraid of men and their voices and their faces, but we would run the race that is set before us. We would decree and declare that which is placed inside of us, and we will reestablish, rebuild your kingdom as you've given us instructions individually and collectively. We thank you, Tatan and Zambi, Sonini na nini Kuswa Congo, Gai, Isaiah Congo, Muungu, for keeping us this far. And we give you all the Kimbo, Ingeta. CME, once again, family, CME, Betuwabu, Benabetus, kings and queens, my brothers and my sisters. Once again, I come to you in no strength of my own, but truly to leave this message, this word of encouragement that came to me via last night, to share with you. As I always tell you, I truly will not come and bring messages if it's not divinely orchestrated or downloaded by the Moan and Semi through the divine creator to come and share with you. The days of just regurgitating or repetitiously saying things from me has come to an end, because I believe at this junction now, the Moan and Semi is really moving and hovering over the earth and calling and aligning his people that he has chosen, that has been stamped, that has been marked, that has been sealed. And so at this juncture and this walk and this turn is all about rebuilding edifying, encouraging, strengthening, fortifying our brothers and sisters, our kings and queens going forward. And so, as I come to you to share with you that which the Most High has given to me, regaining our authority. Regaining our authority in the earth realm, in the spheres. Because as much as they've lied to us, they've given us truth. Yes. As much as they have lied to us, they have also given us truths. Because why? It has to be balanced. They could lie to us, but they must also present us with truth. Why say that? Even when they lie to us, they say, I present before you life and death. I prefer you to choose life. You understand? So with the lies they give us, they have to give us truth, because it's all about balance, the yin and the yang, evil and good, living in the same parallel world, living together, operating together. So they had to give us lies, but they also had to give us the truth in the midst of it. It is up to us and how we position ourselves, how we strategically hear. Whether we hear with our physical ears or we hear with our spiritual ears, whether we see with our physical eye or we see with our spiritual eye what they're saying and what they're doing. And so this message was given to me, download inside of me last night. I really hardly got any sleep. I really was trying to brush past this message, but I must walk in obedience as the Most High has given me instructions. So he said, tell my people, tell my Bantus, tell my Benabetu, tell my chosen one, it's time for them for regaining our authority. It's time for us to regain our authority. The kingdom is being rebuilt. The kingdom is being reestablished. We are awoke. We've come into the truth. The end of their age came in 2019. The beginning of our age started in 2020. And now we are 2 years into it. And we're still not regaining our authority the way we should. We're still looking to the beast system. We're still praying for the beast system to collapse. You know, and the thing is, when, let's use Masindisi for an example. When Masindisi came, or what they call JC, when he came, he did not collapse their system. When Simone Toko came, he did not collapse their system. When Kimbangu came, he did not collapse their system. When Kimpavita came, she did not collapse their system. Their system still was operating along with the kingdoms of the Most High, evil and good, yin and yang, negative and positive. In order for me to have power, I must have a negative and a positive to receive power. In all of us is good and evil. It is which one we choose to operate in. So, according to the scriptures they give us inside Genesis chapter 1:26, we know it says, let us make man in our image and our likeness. And so what get me is it again, in terms of regaining authority, regaining our authority, is what was the charge that we got. Whether we want to believe it or not, we say the Bible is our story, but we're still not operating in this power. Be fruitful, to multiply, subdue, replenish, have dominion, rulership, ownership. He gave us, melanated people, his chosen ones, rulership, ownership of this earth. How do I know? He told us to do this. I've given you what? Over the rulership over the fowls of the air, the fish of the sea, the beasts of the field, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. I've given you rulership over them. Okay, let's use for an example, those of us who have had pets or have pets, especially a dog or a cat. We'll see the parrots also. Some people have birds. They would talk to the parrot. The parrot would read repeat what they say. But more so, let's go to the domesticated, what we call domesticated cats and dogs and stuff like that. When we speak to the cat and we tell the cat no, or whatever, we take rulership over them. When we create a space for them to come in, we take what? Rulership over them. When we speak to the dog, we say sit, stand, roll over. What are we doing? Taking rulership over them. But that's as far as it goes. We end our rulership with just talking to the cat and the dog. When will we start talking to the fowls of the air? We know the birds comes as messengers, but they teach us that it's evil. But yet still, you'll find them training falcons, eagles to come and land on their hands to carry messages and all these different things. But we, the rightful heirs of the earth, the rightful inheritance of this land, we do not operate in our authority. We do not operate in the fullness of the power that we have been given. We listen to the stories they tell us, okay, Elijah, whichever. We talk about how he went to Mount Carmel and how he taunted the prophets of Baal and telling them to call on their God, their God, right? And they did all kind of rituals, cutting of themselves, according to what they tell us in the Bible now. Because remember, we have people here on the continent who do certain rituals too, but they call it evil. But Elijah used his power and said, now, Father, divine creator, you always hear and answer my prayer. And he called fire from heaven. And the fire came and consumed. Not just, this is the examples. Like I tell people, I use the Bible now as a reference to bring a point across of what is truly inside of us. Because we keep on just looking to the past, but we don't understand the present, and we are not trying to advance into the future of who we are. We're not trying to activate ourselves to do these things. And so he was able to call down fire from heaven to what? To consume the animal, the water, the wood, and everything. That's inside of us today. But guess what? We are afraid to exercise our authority. We are afraid to regain our authority. We think just going to a church and a man prophesying or delivering or somebody saying they got demon possessions and all this different stuff is signs and wonders. No, baby. That ain't all to signs and wonders. Signs and wonders is about us. We are the sign and we are the wonder. Melanated people, Bantus, if you could understand, you are the sign and wonder. You are the one for the greater works, in spite of all that we've went through. The brainwashing, the erasing of our memory, the mere fact that we still survived, the mere fact that we're still alive, the mere fact that we are still multiplying, means we are the sign and wonder. They dumb it down to make you think it's just going into a four wall and seeing somebody jump up and down, turn around 3 times, speaking to a demon. Tell me who you are. Where do you come from? That's not the sign and wonder, baby. The sign and wonder is us. Okay, moving from Elijah, go to Joshua. Joshua also, when he went to war, I'm using these so it could stir up something inside of us to really exercise our authority. Stop waiting for somebody else to come and do these things for us. But literally, it's in us, and we have the power and authority to do it. When you think about the 12 sons of Jacob, all of them operated in their various powers. Every one of them had a power. And they exercised it according to the scriptures they give us. If you read The book of Joshua, you will see all of them operate. Who can run fast, who had strength, everybody had a superpower. Where did those superpower go if they're still in our DNA? If we are the descendants, if we have the blood, if we are the bloodline, where did those powers go? Did it just disappear off the earth? Did it just disappear out of the bloodline? No, it's still there. But we got dumbed down. We went underneath a strong psychosis. And then they turn around and call it evil. Call it demonic. Call it voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, bear. Call you a witch. Call you a warlock. Yeah. So Joshua was able to speak to the sun. Elijah speak to the fire. Tell the fire come. Joshua now spoke to the sun. It's showing you what we could do. He tell the sun, stand still. Sun, you stay right there until we finish this battle. Don't move. Night, you cannot come forward because we need to win this battle. We will not rest until this battle is won. How many of us have that mindset that we don't want to give up? We will not throw in the towel until this battle is won, until we literally see the kingdom reestablished. I won't even just go. Let's talk about Moses. Moses did several things. One, Most High used him, put his hand in his jacket. It was black when he went in. Take his hand out, it came out white. Signs and wonders is all about us. The sorcerers and the magicians of the day came out with their powers, as it is right now with the church. They come out with their powers. Some of them go and get they go to these various strange altars and get their powers and say they're casting out devils and all these different things. But Moses dropped their rods and they got their snake. Moses dropped his rod and his snake eat their snake. Our power, our power is supposed to supersede the powers of this world, the powers of our oppressors. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Divine Creator. That was the example of Moses' snake eating the snakes of those sorcerers and stuff like that. Think about it. It shows that our power, the authority that was given to us, supersedes, is greater than the power and authority of those of this world. But we have to regain our authority. We have to wake up and recognize that we are the greater power. We are the greater light. They are the lesser light. Yes, they got some powers. Yes, they do some muju, do whatever have you. But we have the greater power. We have the greater power. So we have to regain our authority. We have to get back in position. We got to realign ourselves with the divine source, the divine creator. Because if he said we are created in his image and in his likeness, that means everything that's in him is in us. Every ability that is in him is in us because we are spirit and he is spirit. He's not flesh and blood. They say Moses parted the Red Sea, water. So here we get fire, we get the sun, now we get water. According to what they tell us, Moses parted the Red Sea or the Reed Sea or whatever teaching we now get in terms of the Red Sea. He used his rod. He took authority over the water. So Elijah took authority over fire, call it down. Joshua took authority over the sun until it stands still. Moses took authority over the water. Are we understanding now the powers that we have? The fowls of the air, the fish of the sea, the creeping things that creeping upon the earth, the beasts of the field. These are the authorities we have in us, but we are so afraid. We watch all of these superpowers and Captain Marvel and this thing and the next thing, but we are afraid to tap into who we are because they call it voodoo, hoodoo, old bear, witchcraft, whatever. African spirituality, so they tie a name to it. They call it African spiritual when it's actually just our spirituality, our strength, our power, our direct source of the divine creator that is in us, who we are. And so we are afraid to walk inside that. So are we ready to deal with the fire kingdom? Are we ready to deal with, to be able to take authority over the elements of the air, the sun, the moon, the clouds, the rain? How many of us are really ready to regain our authority? We are still waiting on someone to lay hands on me and activate my power. Lay hands on yourself and activate your power. Someone to come and pray me into who I'm supposed to be. When you have the authority to speak yourself into who you are. Let's use Macinda C, or the one they call JC. The examples they give us with him. What did he do? He spit in the earth, sand, in the dirt, make a mud and put it on somebody's eyes for them to see. Land, earth. They say he spoke to the storm. He said, the storm, peace, be still. And it was still. All of them are melanated people, black, colored, sun people, people of power. All of this they was trying to show you, tell us. They telling us who we are. They telling us the power we have. We have the power to speak to fire until fire come. We have the power to speak to the sun and tell it be still. We have power to speak to the water. We have power to speak to the earth and use it. We have this power in us, in this earthen vessel. That which is hidden is now being revealed. What is hidden where? Inside of us, family. Time to regain our authority. Time to be able to speak to the fowls of the air, the fishes of the sea, the creeping things in the cattle. It's time for us to take our rightful authority and dominion. How could the Most High, the divine creator, be King of Kings when we don't even acknowledge that we are kings and queens? When we don't even acknowledge that we have authority over the kingdoms of this world? When we're still operating in fear of what they may say, what he say, she say, they say, or them coming for your life because, oh, I don't want speak on these hidden truths and these hidden secrets. And listen to me. Calm down. I'm getting excited. Let me calm myself down. We are who we are, whether we acknowledge it or not. They know who we are. They're glad that we are not acknowledging who we are. So they can continue to keep us under their psychosis. So they can continue to keep their knee on our necks. That's what they want. They want to keep you strangling. They want to keep you just surviving day by day. And that's it. This far and no more. It's no problem with you knowing who you are, but just don't operate in your authority. Just don't operate in your power. Just don't go to that level of rulership. Don't you dare. Like I told them yesterday, I did a Facebook Live. We created the Muzungus. We created the Caucasian people. They're out of us. They're the lesser beings to us. But we get that superiority complex. We allow the lesser being to dictate to the greater being. We allow, it's like parents. Parents now allowing children to rule their households. How in the world you are the parent to the child, but now the child is dictating to you how they want the house to run, what they want to eat, how they want to eat, what they want to wear, where they want to go, what time they gonna go to bed. That's what we created. We create the monster. And now we're afraid of the monster because why? We don't know how to tame it anymore. We don't know how to regain our authority. We don't know how to regain using our powers, our voices, our algorithm, our thoughts. Every one of these things you saw, Elijah spoke and the fire came. Joshua spoke and the sun was still. Moses spoke. Masindisi spoke. Kimpavita spoke. Kimbangu spoke. Samoan Toko spoke. The divine creator spoke. What are you speaking in regaining your authority? What are you speaking? Oh, I don't know if I could. There you go. You exit. Okay, if you don't know if you don't know if you could, then you can't. Because you X out what you can do by speaking. You don't know if you could. Family, I love you all with everything that is inside of me. The divine creator wants us to regain our authority. He wants us to regain our strength. He wants us to regain our powers. He wants us to take back our rulership. He wants us to take dominion. And it don't have to be violently. When we think about who it is, Nehemiah on the wall, he didn't go down and cause war when he was rebuilding the wall. When Tambalat and Tobias was trying to get him down, he knew the authority he got. He got the authority from, quote unquote, the laws of the land, the kings that was ruling and reigning at the time. They gave him letters to go ahead and rebuild. They gave him donation monies, currency at that time to go and rebuild. And he was rebuilding as instructed by the divine creator, not even as instructed by the kings and the queens of the world, of the earth. He did as instructed by the creator. How many of us are operating and doing what the divine creator has called and asked us to do, or we're still sitting down waiting on the next Messiah to come on the scene? Waiting for the next Messiah. Never know. You might be the next. Anyway, I would say you might be the Messiah, waiting on a Messiah, and you are Messiah, a messenger. Come in to help restore the kingdom, but you're sitting down waiting. You don't get prophecy after prophecy of the power that's within you. You don't read, you don't know, you don't get downloads of what you can do, but you're still waiting on somebody else to come and do it for you. Time to regain our authority. Time to take a stand. And I just want to give a brief testimony, even just about myself, since I've been here on the continent. I mean, before I came to the continent, I was operating inside some extraordinary powers. But it was to an extent. And now, since I came to the continent, I've seen those powers increase. I've seen the ability to speak to the animals, and I've seen the ability to even speak to plants and flowers. I've seen the ability now to go to the ocean and speak to the ocean, to the water. I've seen it increase. What am I saying? I'm not saying something to you that the Most High, the divine creator, is not taking me through the process also. Does it only happen here on the continent? I'm not saying that you only can activate these powers on the continent. Some of you are still in the diaspora. And so some of you that are in the diaspora need to start activating your powers even while you're in the diaspora. Because like I said, even before I came on the continent, these powers was activated, but I didn't understand it. I used to have angelic visitations, but I didn't understand it because why? I was dumbed down to think that I was spooky and demonic. But when now I realize that the divine creator been trying to get my attention, been trying to get me to exercise at a deeper level or a higher level, the powers that he entrusted me with when I came into the earth realm, when I was birthed in here. You see? And so he need us to regain our authority, to take dominion, and not be waiting on the sideline. Oh, when is he coming? When is the end coming to be? When the system is coming to an end? When the system of this world can bow to the system of the Most High? And he's trying to get you to make it bend to you. He's trying to get me to make it bow to me. That's what he's trying to do. Get us to take our authority back. Get us to operate in the fullness of who we are. Whose we are. Get us to open up our mouth and start not just decreeing and declaring over the other people, but over ourselves, affirming who we are. Get us to operate at a level that Elijah operated at Joshua operated at that Moses. These people are what they give us as an example. They were our brothers and sisters. They were melanated people. They were not white. They were not Mazungis. They were not Caucasian. They were black. They were from the continent of Africa. So what makes them different from us? The only thing make them, Joshua, Elijah, Moses, and them different from us is their willingness to obey, their willingness to do, and not just hear. Don't just hear, be hearers, be doers, activate your authority, use your authority. Okay, let me give you for an example. I have some friends, Igwe, the king and the queen that live not too far from me. They've afforded me to be able to come to their house. Now they have they have dogs, but there are two particular dogs. One don't like females, I've learned, and the other one is just unfriendly. When I go to the gate, they come to the gate, making a bunch of noise. But when that gate is open, I said, now you go and sit down. Go sit down. Go. So that same vicious dog, or those two dogs, I should say, who literally like to lash at people, when I speak to them and tell them go, they go. I know they say, no, come behind me, get the stick. No, you go. Go and sit down. I take an authority here. You don't come, and I have authority over you. I was given charge over you. Time for us to take back our authorities, family. Time for us to stop just hearing this word and literally start doing, activating, speaking to. I had a rose that was out here, and the rose was starting to die before it even opened up. It started to die. And I went out there and I spoke to her. I said, Rose, you're so beautiful. Why are you dying before you even open up and allow me to enjoy your beauty? I said, I speak life to you. I said, you have to open up. You have to be nourished. You have to be nurtured. And I took the water. I poured it. I said, water, heal this rose. And the next day, the rose opened up. I was so beautiful. I gone outside. I smiled. I said, thank you so much for opening up. Thank you for living and not dying. I use my authority. That might seem simple to some of us, but the more we practice it, the stronger it becomes, and the more we would operate inside our through authentic powers and authority. The more we would expand. You think Elijah was able to just go and speak to the fire and it come down just on one thing up? No, he had many tests. Remember, he was all the way there with the prophets of Baal when he slew all of them. Then he went underneath the juniper tree and he wanted it to die because now a spirit of depression came on him. Then he went to the brook and he was obedient and going to the brook. And after he went for the brook, he went to the widow, and he was able to sustain the widow with her one little bit of flour and oil. Obedience in doing the little things is exercising and strengthening your authority to walk in the power that is within you. The power is within. It's not out there in the galaxy somewhere, in the universe somewhere. It's within you. He wants you to be activated. He wants you to be able to walk in the fullness of who you are. Regain your authority. Regain your rulership, your lordship, your kingship. Do not be afraid. I remember 2 weeks ago, I took a matatu, the bus service here, and I went to Thika, and then I had to take the matatu back. And on coming back, the matatu had a flat tire. So it was nighttime when I went into the city, and I wasn't familiar with a particular area in the city that the matatu dropped me off. And I was like, Father, I don't know this area. And so I was walking, going in one direction. I hear the spirit, the one that sent me, said to me, no, turn around. You're going in the wrong direction. So he said, now walk down the middle. I walked down the middle of the street. And he said, cross the street. And I crossed the street. And I stood up there and I said, Father, I do not know where I am. Send help. And just as I said help, said that, I heard a young man say, Cambu, which is the area that I'm coming in. That's the bus I needed to catch to get home. And my phone went dead, so I couldn't even call a boat to get a boat to come home. What am I saying? We have to exercise our authority. We have to exercise our kingship, our queenship. We have to exercise who we are as gods and goddesses. Yeah, you don't want to hear that, but if we are created in the image of the Most High, the divine creator, it is who we are. You could try and dumb it down, play it down as much as you want. It is what it is, and there's no escaping it. Because the fact that it remains, the same scripture they give us to put us in a psychosis is the same scripture. Because I tell you, good and evil, truth and lies are in it. So what do? Tell us. They tell us we are created in the divine image of the Most High. We are him and he is us. It's like my daughter is me and I'm my daughter because why? I give birth to her. The divine creator gives birth to us. So we should be operating and exercising in that same power and authority, but they dumb us down and they call it voodoo. They call it sorcery. But until you acknowledge who you are, you will continue to stay in a psychosis. That's it right there, my queen sister. We can go be put in a position. Yes. We're going to have to. He put us in so we can exercise our authority. The other day I went to the Indian Ocean. And I'm telling you this because this is what he's asking me to share with you so you could regain your authority. When I went to the Indian Ocean, he told me, I went to the Indian Ocean and there's a river called the River Congo. Congo with a K and not a C. And he told me to face the Congo River and talk to the Congo River. I did what he told me to do. Then he told me, get up and turn around and face the Indian Ocean. Now, the Indian Ocean and the Congo River, they fight against one another. The Congo want to come out and the Indian want to go in. So they fight against one another. So he told me, come back a bit from the Indian Ocean. And I stepped back a bit from the Indian Ocean. He said, now speak to that ocean. and tell that ocean, come to you. And I spoke to the ocean and I told it, come to me. Come to me. And let me tell you, it came. It pushed against the river and it came into me. Exercising my authority. The little obedience, seeing the manifestation of the hand. The Most High wants us to start operating in the fullness of who we are. The kingdom of this world will only bow to you when you acknowledge who you are and whose you are and the power and the authority that you have. That's the only way it's going to bow to you. It's not going to bow otherwise. They will continue to have their knees on your neck. They will continue to oppress you. They will continue to send inflation. They will continue to create famine. They will continue to fearmonger. They will continue to do the things that they do because that's who they are. We create the monster. Now the monster taking authority over. So that's what happened a few weeks ago. I'm learning to operate in the authority, the power, having dominion as the Most High has given me. Could y'all believe in another 3 months, it will be 2 years of me being here in Kenya in the East African community. Exercising authority, the Most High, the divine creator sent me here. Somebody asked me the question, are you sure the Most High sent you here? Let me tell you something. If he didn't send me here, I would have been gone. He called, he maintained, he sustains. How many people been praying against this, me being here? But I'm operating in a power and an authority that he had sent me here to do. I want to go home to my family. You can imagine 2 years of not even hugging, kissing, touching my family, my children, my grandchildren. So he wants me to help you activate your authority. I'm speaking these things. It ain't prideful. It ain't boastful. In all humility, I'm telling you, I cry like a baby every time the Most High used me to do something because it is humbling. Because I know, oh wretched woman, that I am. I know from whence I came. But that ain't who I am today. Who I was. Past tense. Operate in that power, operate in authority. Take dominion. Stop waiting for the Messiah to come and clean it all up. It is our job. We were given dominion over the fish of the sea, the fowls of the air, the creeping things, and the beasts of the field. We were given charge over this earth. The Messiah's only come and give us a message to help strengthen us and to push us into our divine destiny of who we are. This is a world without end. We keep on waiting for an end to come. It's the end of systems. 2019 was the end of a system. We step into 2020, the beginning of a new system. So what they try to do, they try to hijack the new system by giving us, that same thing, C19. That's what they try to do. They try to hijack this new move, the awakening, the restoration. That's what they try to do. They do what they do. That's how they take dominion. They take dominion by pushing you in a corner. They take dominion by taking control of your narrative, your story. They took dominion. But it's time to take dominion back. What are we waiting on? Oh, the Messiah is so coming. Clear all of this up and shut down. Listen, yes, the Messiah is coming. I'm not knocking that there's a Messiah that has been chosen to come and help restore the kingdom. I'm not saying that it's not, but we have to do our part. We have to do our part. Like it or not, support what I'm saying or not, I can tell you what the Most High, the divine creator, is telling me. We have to do our part. We have to regain our authority. We have to regain our voice in the atmosphere. The animals, which is, they put it in the scripture. The creation is groaning. They're talking about us. They're waiting for us to manifest. They're waiting for us to regain authority. You can imagine the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the animals waiting for you and I to understand who we are, to operate in that power. The sun, the moon. If Joshua could speak to the sun, let me, woo, glory, glory. If Joshua could speak to the sun and tell it be still, doesn't that tell you that the sun can hear? Doesn't that tell you that the sun is a living being? If Elijah could speak to fire and it obey and calm down, doesn't that tell you it could hear? It's a living being. If Moses could speak to the sea and it part, doesn't it tell you it can? Hold on, let me even go on with that. If I could speak to the Indian Ocean and tell it come and it obey, doesn't it tell you? I know y'all see one picture, one video circulating with, I think it's a Congolese prophet speaking to the water and then moving back and then moving forward. That's happening today. What stops you? What stops me? What stops us from operating in this power and this authority? Stop just being hearers and now be partakers, be doers. Let me tell you all. You know, in the scripture somewhere, they tell us that Complacency said, greater works. With those who know Complacency, those who are still in the JC, Jesus said, greater works we will be able to do. So many of us are wondering, why have we not seen this greater works? Probably because we're waiting on somebody else to do it. We're waiting on an apostle, a prophet, a prophetess, a pastor, a bishop, evangelist. We're waiting on them to do it. When it's you who holding the greater works back from manifesting? Could it be that the greater works has been held up because the greater works is not about religion? Those of us now that are awoke are now time for us to demonstrate the greater works, because the greater works was never tied to religion. It was never tied to Christianity. So Christianity can never and will never. Hey, catch this. Christianity will never, religion will never see or do, I should say, the greater works. The greater works is for those of us that are in this awakening, that are woke to the truth, because it is not about a church and a religion, a denomination. It's about our spirituality. Wow. Wow. Woo! Wow. Wow. So you wait for greater works. They waiting for greater works inside the church. So when they see somebody casting out a demon, quote unquote demon, somebody rolling on the floor or foaming out their mouth, or somebody speaking to somebody, tell me, what's your name? Who sent you? They think that's greater works. Woo! All praises, all praises, all praises, all praises. The greater works is us waking up to the truth of who we are and taking our rightful authority, taking dominion. The greater works, it's all about us restoring the kingdom. Because remember, thank you, they put in the Bible, they put in the scriptures, they're sorcerers, they're magicians. came with the same works too, with their snakes and stuff like that. They came with the same works. They tell us inside the Bible, the scriptures that they give us, how Nebuchadnezzar had his own set of people. They tell us in the scriptures how Herod had his people. You understand? So they was doing their little works. But we're talking about the greater works now, the dominion, the authority, the power. So when they throw down their things, their snake, and the greater works, the greater power came through Moses and his own eat up theirs. Man. Anyway, I love you all. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. But it's time to be doers now, not just hearers. Stop just sitting down waiting for the Messiah to come and clean it all up. When the divine creator, just how he's going to send us a Messiah, the word in the flesh, he sent you in the flesh. He sent me in the flesh. Think about it. We keep on saying this. We say it time and time again. This flesh is just a vehicle. This flesh is just a house. Then who are you? Why are you not doing the greater works? Why are you not operating? Why are you not operating in your authority? Why are you not taking dominion? Why are you not speaking to the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air and the fish of the sea? Why are you not speaking to the sun? Why are you not speaking to the clouds? Why are you not speaking to the systems of this world? Because you're waiting on a Messiah to come and do it for you. You know what he told that servant with the one talent? You slothful servant. You know I'm a dreadful limo. And instead of doing something, you sit and wait till I come back. Yeah. You sit and waiting for the Messiah to come back. You slothful, good for nothing servant. Just sitting down on your talent, sitting down on your voice, sitting down on your gifts, sitting down on your ability to take authority, sitting down on the ability to manifest and make things happen. Waiting on the Messiah to come back to do it all. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. I just wait singing that same stupid song by Juanita Bynum. I don't mind waiting. I can't wait for the kingdom of this world to fall. I can't wait for the system of this world to fall. What are you doing with your one talent? Condemning other people who are using their talents? Condemning the church and condemning the Mzungus and condemning everybody else, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't using your authority for nothing other than yourself. You're selfish, good for nothing servant. Yeah. Most I ain't pleased with that. So, if you're mad, stay mad. But I can tell you the truth. There's a power in you. There's a power in me. There's authority given to you. There's authority given to me to operate in now. Not sit down and wait for the Messiah to come and clean it up for us. We are forerunners. We came here with a purpose. We didn't just come into this world just to eat the good of the land and that's it. To sit inside your house and that's it. And wait for the collapse of this world. This is a world without end. I'm not sorry what I'm saying because it ain't me. But I need to stir up some of us to get off our do nothing seat and start doing something. Stop sitting on the seat of judgment and just condemning and kiki. And doing nothing to help the widows, the orphans, the strangers among you. Just, I'm waiting on the Messiah. He got to come and end this world and the systems of this world. When he give you and I the power and authority to end it. If we could only just come along, get along, if we could only just unite, seriously, we will see manifestation like never before. We will see signs and wonders like never before. But you want to stay over there and just judge. You want to come on YouTube and condemn everybody and critique everyone who has a YouTube channel saying something, doing something. You could go and then critique them. But you ain't exercising your power. Or you challenging. I wonder if she really speak to the ocean for real. Go and do it yourself and see the manifestation. I speak to the water. If I have a headache, I go get me a glass of water. I say, water, I thank you for healing my headache. And I drink it. And I give it some time to work. I don't take Panadol and all them different painkillers and stuff. If I feel a pain in my body, I go to the shower. I speak to the water. I say, water, there's pain in my body. I need your healing mechanism to penetrate and to heal me. And I'm healed. I don't do this for show, form, and fashion to gain popularity and notoriety. I'm telling you what's inside of you, because what's inside of me is inside of you, because we all are created in the image of the divine creator. If you are melanated and you've been given authority and you're chosen, get up, activate your powers and authority. Start speaking, start making declarations, start going outside. Oh, it's too hot. The sun is too hot. The sun is us. The sun is what gives us our energy. The sun is what gives us our power. The earth is what neutralizes us, grounds us out, balance out the power inside of us when we walk in the ground. Oh, I don't like stepping outside with my shoes off. You are dirt. Dirt you have come from, and dirt you return. Walk in the grass. Power up yourself. Take authority. How are you expected to take authority when you're not exercising the very principles of the things that the Most High, the Divine Creator, give us? Anyway, I stop. I stop. Because I think I said everything that the Most High has me to say. And stop waiting. Sitting down just waiting for the Messiah to come and to show himself. To some people, they may know who he is already. He is the Word made flesh once again. Like how Simone Toko, Flesh, Kim Pavita, all these different people came pointing us where? Letting us know who we are as a people. That's all it's all about. Wake up to who you are, to the gods you are. To the goddesses you are. That's what the Most High, that's what this message, if you don't get nothing else from what I said, if nothing else I said makes sense to you, it's time for you to activate, regain your authority that was given to you. Your authority that was given to you to have dominion, to multiply, to restore, to replenish, to subdue. That's the basis of you being here. Not just to sit down and wait for the Messiah to come back after he done give you, you're charged. You're slothful, disgusting servant. Just praying for the end of the system and that's it. And doing nothing to help wake up your other sisters and brothers. Doing nothing to activate the powers that is inside of you to make things happen. to change things, to change the lives of people around you. How many people have you helped since you come to this awakening and knowing who you are? Not condemn, not argue with, but sit in love and share the truth and help them to research. Not call them names, because not everybody can learn at the same time. Some people can drink milk. Some people can eat some mashed potatoes and mashed carrots and mashed squash and all the different stuff. Then some people could start eating apples and oranges and cucumbers and watermelons. Some people then can turn around and eat some rice and some beans. And you understand stages. But don't be that one servant that just sitting waiting for the master return, the Messiah to come back, and you're doing nothing. Activate. Regain your authority. Speak to the sun. Speak to the plants. Go and speak to your brothers and sisters. Share. I offer Facebook and I offer Twitter and I offer Instagram and I offer YouTube. Okay, but what are you doing? Are you holding a meeting in your house? Are you inviting people over for tea, for dinner, for lunch? What are you doing with the information that you have? Don't just sling mud out there, because people didn't understand in the mud. And don't just wait for people. Oh, if they want to know what I'm talking about, they would message me. Well, sometimes people need to be invited in. Because especially if you've already had a hostile kind of attitude before, they'd be afraid to approach you because they don't want you slamming something down their throat. Remember, the Hebrew Israelites did that. They were slamming things down people's throat. They were on those corners shouting at people and calling people names. So people don't want that no more. They want love. Love. Love causes people to want to listen to you and hear what you have to say. Love causes people want to sit down for hours and hours and hours just hearing what's coming out of your mouth. Love. But if anger and bitterness is what you're delivering it with, you lose a whole lot of people. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu, Matando, Masaka, Solo, Kuingi. Let me see in Swahili. Asante sana, karibu sana. Have an amazing day. Habari, Yashabuhi, Habari. Yeah. Muchana for those of us that are in our afternoon time. And those of you in your morning, I really appreciate each one of you. Nakupenda sana. Yes. And so, please, salama. Let us build salama. Let's build the kingdom. Let us take back our authority. Let us regain our authority. Let us operate in the power and authority that was given to us. Let us take dominion. Let us rebuild, start building the kingdom. If all the way back then, Joshua and all of them was rebuilding the kingdom, we keep on hearing rebuilding the kingdom. Nehemiah on the wall, rebuilding the kingdom. I think it's Isaiah 62 talk about restoring the old waste places and the old landmarks. All of this is because the world is without end, and the kingdom is all about us restoring, rebuilding, re-energizing, taking back our authority, and doing that which the Most High has called us into this earth realm to do. I love you, family. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu, Siemi family. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu, Siemi family. May the Most High lift up his countenance unto us. May he be gracious unto us. And may he grant us peace. Much love. Until next time.